Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and y'all know the rest. Now, just wanted to come get my quick thoughts on the card. You know, right now I'm just chilling at the West Gate. The arena's back there. Yeah, but before I go partake in some festivities, let me go ahead and give you guys my thoughts on Seniesa Estrada and Yokasta Valle, man. It was a really great fight. It was a classic fight. It not only lived up to the building, but it surpassed the hype that I think that it garnered, right? Credit goes out to Yokasta Valle. I thought she came with a great game plan. She was very prepared. You know, Seniesa Estrada is a fighter that has made a living off of throwing real looping shots, just looping shots around the guard, and you know, she does things that aren't textbook per se. So Yokasta Valle was able to capitalize on that in a lot of these rounds. I thought she was a little bit bigger than Seniesa, so she was able to push her back, and basically, yeah, that's what won her a lot of the rounds. But I'm gonna say it like this, and I want to just dead this in the water. This was not a robbery. Like, respect to her coach, G. Gloria Alvarado, for sticking up for her fighter. You know, I know that's part of the job. I know Coach G, she was a little upset at me because of my opinions on the fight. But listen, it was a close fight. I didn't score it, but just watching it in the stands, being neutral about the situation, and really just enjoying what was a great fight, I thought Seniesa Estrada was just a little bit better than Yokasta Valle. She was counter-punching very well. She seemed to really adjust to the pattern of her punches as the fight went on, and I thought she started to land cleaner, effective punches as the fight went on. Not to take away from what Yokasta Valle did, but Seniesa Estrada's IQ, her versatility, her creativity as a fighter, her grit, these things were the difference in the fight. And I was very perplexed, you know, when I was in that arena right there, guys. I was perplexed because when the decision was announced, the crowd wasn't angry or anything about what had taken place. There were no boos, really. It wasn't until they started interviewing Seniesa that they started booing. So it was just weird. The whole arena was weird in regards to how they treated Seniesa and the decision, because of the initial reaction wasn't boo. The boos only came when they stuck a microphone on her face and they started interviewing her. So that's my opinion of the fight. You know, she's the undisputed champion now. I'm not surprised. Like I said, this was always going to be her destiny. There was only one way this was ever going to be, not to down Yokasta Valle, but just, again, Seniesa Estrada, too sharp, too clever, too versatile, and just a little bit too good for anybody in the weight class. Not just Yokasta Valle, but anybody. Tina Rupsher, anyone. She's a really top fighter. As far as the rematch goes, I would like to see a rematch. I feel like it was an entertaining fight. If the money is right and both fighters can get compensated accordingly, then you go ahead and you do the rematch, right? So looking forward to that. But yeah, it wasn't a robbery. Please dead that in the water. It wasn't a robbery. Good fight, competitive fight. You know, Yokasta Valle did a lot of good things in the fight, but not a robbery. As far as Oscar Valdez, Liam Wilson, I'll talk about that for a little bit. You know, Oscar Valdez went through a lot. This was really and truthfully for him a do or die fight. It was a fight that he needed to have. It was a fight that, you know, he could ill afford to lose. And for Liam Wilson, from his side of things, coming in, you thought, you know, maybe he's catching Oscar at a bit of the right time. And that proved not to be the truth, because Oscar Valdez folded him into 7 rounds. Ultimately, I think Oscar, every last bit of pain and suffering and anything he had left in the tank to give, he gave it in this fight, and he proved to be the physically stronger guy. I feel like Liam, in spots, was able to, as Oscar alluded to, hurt him to the body, and Oscar was very crafty, and being a veteran, he was able to go ahead and play it off when he was hurt. You know, when Liam was switching at times, but I would say, look, obviously Liam Wilson, I don't think is the best fighter Oscar Valdez has ever beaten, but in terms of meaningful victories, you can see what it meant to Oscar Valdez. At the end of the fight, he was crying. He talked about how he wanted to be an example to everyone about you know, what to do in boxing when you lose a fight, that you don't quit, you keep going. So look, he's the interim. I think he's the interim champion now. So that sets him up for fights with guys like Albert Bell, guys like Oshaki Foster, and potentially Bernardo Lopez if he decides to move up. So we'll see what happens. But Oscar Valdez is back. A great night of boxing here in Arizona at the Westgate. Shout out to everybody who watched the live with Pops. I'm sure I'll have more on this when I talk live. I don't have the most energy right now, but guys, shout out to Seniesa Estrada, shout out to Yokasta Valle. They put on a classic fight. I feel like Seniesa Estrada really showed her boxing IQ, really showed her understanding of distance and timing in this fight. And we can't cry robbery every time there's a close fight in boxing. Yokasta Valle, respectable warrior, did her country proud. I just think Seniesa did enough to beat her, and that's what it is. And Oscar Valdez is back. Looking forward to seeing him in bigger and better fights as he puts the finishing touches on what's been a very interesting career. So, yeah, you guys take care, subscribe. Shout out to you guys who supported Pops on the Live. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just giving Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canastota, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.